All right, y'all. Back out. It's Wednesday. Just got back from medical appointments. Don't make fun of my welds, but I widened this a little bit. Basically, all I did was I took some all thread, put it in here, and pushed this out, and it cracked right here at the very bottom. So I just took and welded it up, and I made it kind of bigger. I welded small and then I made it bigger. That bracket over there, as you can see, I widened it a lot. It used to look really narrow like that one right there, and I widened it. I moved the J-bar. My dad probably won't agree with, but I moved it, reset the pinion angle. It's really supposed to be on the ground when you set the pinion angle and stuff in ride, but I do have the front on blocks, so it's sitting the way it should. And then I put the rear end on jack stand, so that should work. This was broke, and I had to weld it, and I had to change my wire, and I changed the brand and the size, and it was burning really fast and burning holes in, which was kind of weird because I expected it to burn a little bit slower. But I tried to put a weld over top of a weld here, and then I put a little bitty weld here, and then I widened it just to give it a little more meat. But I did that. If you remember, this was all caved in. So I heated it up with a heat gun, pushed it all back out. I got to straighten that, and I got to hook that back up right there. That'll be good. Replace that screen, which is really doesn't take very long. My radiator was shifting towards the passenger side. As you can see, I have a pretty good gap. And it's torn up my fan shroud twice. Right here. Right there and down there. See if I can get it in here. So I'm going to take this hammer and I'm going to beat this around and keep it away. And then I put this piece, it's just an old scrap piece of aluminum. And I hooked it here, and then I hooked it to this brace that holds the radiator towards the front so it don't fall towards the motor. And that should keep it from shifting. At least that's my theory. And keep it over here so it'll keep that damn fan shroud out of there. So we did all that. We've been doing that. I gotta move my jack bolt and get this set correctly. And as you can see, I can move that multiple times yet the other day at the racetrack, and then yesterday I could not move that at all. So, and it's more aligned straight forward and backwards. As you can see, I had to weld this all up. This bar isn't wide enough, this square stock. So I took a piece of angle iron that I had and I welded it to the outside, then moved that out from that other one and welded it. And I did a little bit of welding on the inside here, some tacks. This turned out to have a huge gap. So I welded this, and then I started bleeding back and forth over this. And it's okay. My MIG welder is super old and super finicky to try to mess with and all that, but anyway. So I'm going to do some checking on my pinion angle and all that kind of stuff with the car. Basically, really, it's in ride height, sitting like this. So I'm going to do that. I got to figure out how to straighten this a little bit. I really don't want to go get my oxygen acetylene tanks and bring them up here and switch hoses and all that kind of stuff. I'm just being lazy, y'all. But I need to straighten this up, in honesty. And honestly, I think it's the shock mount is really supposed to be in line with everything, but some people say it doesn't have to be that way. But yeah. Then I got to put shocks back on and see if I can still turn this or not. And what I'll do is I'll jack the rear end up and down, and then put the weight of the car back on it and see if I can turn these. This one I'm able to turn. I was not able to turn any of these, the other one on the other side either, at all. So I was really busy yesterday with this stuff. This makes a huge difference. I need a longer bolt here, right there, as you can see. But yeah, and I changed these to be the same length. And according to everything that I'm reading, even though the guy that set this up for me pulled the rear end that away, everything says that this should be square. The rear end should be square. It should be center line over the center of the vehicle. So I don't know, but this bar, I had to cut it. It was way longer. It's 14 inches now, and it was like, I don't know, 16 inches? 15, 16. Yeah, 16 inches. So I changed the bushings here so that will move. That used to only move like this. And now it moves like that. So that's kind of nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this drive shaft off, and I'm going to actually put my angle finder on here. Square that up and put it on here. And that'll give me my true reading for pinion angle. I'm shooting for 3 degrees. Most people tell me 6 to 8. But from what I'm reading with a 3-link system and the chassis setup and the problems that I was having and the type of track that I run, I need to set this at 3, no more than 4. So I'm going to go with 3 and see what happens. This is like the third week in a row that all this has changed. Just trying to figure stuff out, trying to learn it, trying to figure it out. But that's where we're at right now. I don't think I'm going to get to that one up there because I need to widen it. And if I went and bought the metal, 3/16 steel and then 3/16 that, and I welded them all together and then stuck it up here and cut this off and then welded another one up there, to drill all those holes, I'd have to buy a couple drill bits, first of all. Second, it would take a lot of time. And I only got today and tomorrow, really. Part of Friday, because half of tomorrow is shot. I'm not going to be able to get to work on this car until about 3 o'clock tomorrow. And I'm not staying up till midnight or any of that. But I'd have to drill all them holes. That would take forever. When I found a couple of these that are about anywhere from $20 to, I don't know, $100 for the brackets. Then all I got to do is get the plate. I'll weld it on and then weld it up. Cut that off and weld it up. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to deal with this binding a little bit this weekend and get a game plan. But I've gotten to where here just a little while ago, I've pretty much made up my mind that I'm going to go find another chassis. I got to look at my racing finances, but I think I'm going to go and find me another chassis and start doing some work with it. And bring it in here. set it up, and clean up whatever I want to clean up, and cut out what I want to cut out, weld what I want to weld, make sure I got the good brackets, make sure I have an adjustable bracket on this side instead of this junk. It's just a bunch of homemade junk. Most of it was already here. I've just been modifying to make it work. So anyway, that's where we're at today. I'll check nuts and bolts and all that good stuff. But right now I am going to check my pinion angle at ride height. I'm going to check my angles on all these bars and write them all down. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll bring you back in a little while, but it's really nice outside. It's supposed to be 88 today. It's already feeling 88. I'm going to turn on the radio and do some stuff. The wife's fixing to go get a haircut. But tomorrow my in-laws are coming. My father-in-law and stepmother-in-law, I guess you'd call her. But yeah, that's basically where we're at. I have not done anything with the Corvette in the last couple days. I did paint the bottom of the hood and this door. I got a door right here. I've just got to wash it, clean it up, and then I'll paint that door. The insides will be done, and then I gotta hang my plastic still, y'all, and then keep all this dust off of here. It's already gotten dusty, and then prime it up. Priming will just take me a couple hours, probably, maybe a day, but I'm thinking a couple hours. So that's where we're at. I don't want to make this video too long, so yeah, I'm gonna get to work, and I'll bring you back and show you everything that I've done and updated. Hope y'all having a good Wednesday. I think it's July 9th. So y'all go support your local racetracks. Drag racing, dirt track racing, whatever. Just go support them. We all need your support, and would love to have new fans in the sport.